the term I have for that now is like your identity is reconstructed. I was reading a book and they talk about with grief, you have identity reconstruction. Because I've been searching for a term and my husband say like, you'll turn any topic into a certificate. So
a thesis.
And she'll read 1,000 books
and
on it.
He's like, you read all the books, you done made your own certificate program. All you need to do is do the curriculum and like. So, that is my personality, y'all. So I read a lot of books there were a lot of books on grief. That's how I can deploy books out to everybody and all of that. And so one of the terms that I found was, because I was trying to grasp, like, I'm not the same person, but I am the same person. Like, what does that really mean?
Yeah.
And the term identity reconstruction really resonated with me. They also talk about that when, you know, I also think about how I can be supportive to my dad, who's 80 and left. Him and my mom got married coming out of college, 50 plus years. And how it's not just your life is reconstructed, your identity as a person is reconstructed. And I was like, yes, that's the term. So I feel like you're still managing it. And I had to accept that I was just going to be different.
Yeah.
And so you mentioned like the quiet time. So I'm like an ambivert. So I think the only child in me, because I grew up as an only child. So like, I can have a ball by myself. So I can go to dinner, you know, like if I'm at a conference for work. So I used to have coworkers who are like, you can go eat dinner by yourself. I'm like, absolutely.
Me too.
And have a ball. Like, and a good time. And if I want to be around people, I'll just go to the bar and, you know, and just do, so I can do both. But I retreated in a way, but similar to you, I knew there was a line between retreating too much, but I also would verbalize to people that, and in a way where like my husband was great, like sometimes he would reach out or people reach out to him like, how's she doing? You know, he told me all this after the fact, but like he was great in covering me in that, you know, way. But I think your identity is different. And first I had to realize that and be okay with that and not try to feel a shame or guilt because I wasn't the same person.
Yeah.
I didn't really, you talked about laughing and smiling. Like, I don't think I smiled for a picture for months. And I didn't realize that until after the fact. Like, there were a couple times I remember pictures were being taken. I just couldn't smile in it. And it wasn't anything related to, it was just, it might've been work or it might've been, and I just, no. Like, I look back and it's like a very fake smile. And then I also think, my therapist, which is one of the things, and I know it's a privilege to have access to that, told me that like, we're going to grieve, but we're going to grieve in a healthy way. And she was like, you know, like, and she was like, we're not going to be stunted in our grief and we're going to grieve in a healthy way. And your family's going, and like, you're going to likely have to be the conduit in many ways. I call it my trickle down therapy. Like, so, so I'm like, well, you might want to look at, you know, and so that's not what my doctorate is in, but like, you're going to have to be a conduit in many ways, like not self-sacrificing yourself, but like, we also know there's some people that are not going to access that, but they might need to, even if they have the ability to. And she also was pretty direct with me about like, your life isn't going to be the same. And not in a way that was crass, but like in a way to just be real so I could situate myself mentally, which I appreciate because I'm a very direct. So I appreciated this is what it's going to be. And I started, the first time I really experienced that was, my mom passed in mid-February, it was June. And I had gotten an award for work that I didn't anticipate. It was a Charlotte Business Journal Most Admired CEO. You were there. And I remember this conversation with my therapist. And she was like, I told another patient this conversation. I didn't tell her it was you. But I got the email for it. I wasn't anticipating it. And when I got it, I was thinking, I don't want this award. And I literally had my session with her that Thursday. And I was like, how can I elegantly tell these people I don't want this award? And she was like, elegantly tell them what? She was like, you're not doing that. And I was like, I don't want this. I was like, I don't see no purpose in it. Like, I just felt like my mom not being here. She was the first person I would have called. She would have been there. I just felt like no purpose, right? And that was like the first thing of that nature after she passed. And I told her, I was like, they don't know, like nobody knows. So like I haven't told anybody. I was like, I'm just gonna like, I could say I have a conflict or something. She was like, absolutely not. She was like, when you leave here, you're gonna go email and accept it and you're gonna screenshot me. Cause she was like, I know you, cause you be trying to sneak an email and said I have a conflict. And she basically was like, you're not happy now, but let people be happy for you.
Right.
And she said, your mother would never want you to turn down this type of thing. She was like, that is part of her legacy. You are part of her legacy.